Yeah, I've been sitting in this chair like all day. Sore as fuck.
Yeah. I was streaming earlier, so it was like 4 o'clock, or it was actually like 4:30. Came around, I was like, holy crap, I gotta get up and like move around and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, so I'm just kind of. Anyways, alright, this stupid intro, because we're here on YouTube, still doing muscle memory. I'm still Slain Man. I still got my guest host, not guest host, guest co-host at this point. You're here, you're in like every episode. It's Joe Monday.
That's true.
Yeah. But we're doing Cammy, so we got a resident Cammy player. We got Symphony.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah. So we'll do this matchup. This is see, I want to say straightforward, but I think ever since this game's been out, no side has come to a conclusion on like who wins. Yeah, it's like some people will say Geef wins, some people will say it's even, some people will say Cammy wins, with varying degrees of who wins what. And I don't know if people have actually made a decision yet or not.
I could actually fall on either side of this conversation. I feel like it depends on the strength of the player at the time. Because this matchup, it could pretty much stay in the neutral the whole game. I don't feel like Geef has the right kind of reversal options or defensive options to really defend well against Cammy. But Cammy also has like a 3-frame jab on Wakeup. She's got DP. Like she can defensively get Geef off of her if she so chooses. Like I think her DP is pretty good in this matchup. So even in like a knockdown situation, even though she doesn't have a lot of health and a lot of stun, like yeah, Geef can put the hurt on her, but she has ways out. You know, more so than at least more options than other character. Her V reversal sucks ass though, so that is one thing I'll say.
Yeah,
that's not good in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree. I think as the match starts as a Cammy player, your main goal is to keep Geef out. So that neutral is really like that golden, I guess that golden space that you want to keep, Geef at, because all it takes is one empty jump SPD or just, one missed anti-air or not even anti-airing at all. And now you're pretty much in a guessing situation whether he's going to throw SPD, hit a button, etc. So, as the match starts, as Cammy, your primary goal is to keep Geef away as possible or as long as possible.
She's got the walk speed and the buttons to do it.
Yes.
You bring up a good point of, and we can talk about it a little bit later too, but anti-airing being very important, where if your go-to anti-air is that back medium punch, empty jump is right there to make that whiff.
Yep.
You don't have to press a button. You don't have to jump in with that standing medium kick to get that raw jump in. But she does have fantastic walk speed and a lot of buttons, which interact with Geef's buttons in a lot of fun ways. Slain Man, you want to get into that a little bit?
Wait, which buttons are you talking about? I'm trying to remember now.
Just like I feel like it's really interesting how they all interact, like her standing medium kick and Geef's standing medium. And then
you just mean because this is it's not as bad, but it's almost on the level because we did Geef versus Dalsum earlier back, and one of the biggest problems with that matchup is that like Geef technically has the answers for Dalsum's buttons, but you need a different button for each one of his buttons. So it's like in that matchup it becomes really hard because you're not guessing like, oh, is he gonna jump, is he gonna dash? Like you're not even at that point yet. You're guessing which button does he like pressing. And with Cammy, it's almost like that. Nowhere near as bad, thank God. Yeah. But it's like if Cammy's doing stand medium kick, it could potentially beat your jab. But usually your jab wins. You could potentially stand light kick whiff punish it. You can do stand medium punch and stuff like that. If she starts doing crouch medium kick, you can do stand light kick to try to whiff punish it. You can do stand heavy punch. But then if she starts doing crouch medium punch, that straight up beats your jab. So you can't really so like you want to use that button to be safe, but then she has a button that completely beats it, and then she can empty cancel it. And then her crouch heavy punch, You got to use headbutt. Can't use stand heavy punch. You can sometimes use jab. It's like you got to go back and forth. You got more than one option for each button, but it's like if she starts pressing different buttons, then you got to see when she's pressing them, and it just becomes a little harder to deal with.
Yeah, I think that I think both players are playing that game of choosing what button at that magic range, that magic range that's like outside of the stand hard punch range where she can really dance in and out of and whiff punish you for basically, or she can either whiff punish you or stuff you at that range with pretty much all of her buttons and then empty cancel it into a spiral arrow. Or
just be me, don't care, and just charge heavy punch anyways.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely looking at that charge heavy punch as a Cammy player, in the neutral at least, because that's one of the buttons that Zangief commonly throws out. And normally, if you're trying to learn how to better yourself in the neutral versus Gief, that's like one of the first things you want to learn how to whiff punish is that charge heavy punch. Just because the startup is so slow, you can dance around it for sure. You can, walk back while he's charging, and then once he throws it out, get within your standing fierce range, hit that button, and then confirm into drill, and then start your pressure from there.
Yeah, because there's not really any proximity block on it. It's like when he's throwing it from so far away, the proximity block's pretty close to him when he's charging it. So it's like, or even when he throws it out normally. So you like walking back and forth isn't actually that hard.
Right.
And Cammy's prime button there is her standing hard punch. That's just the go-to button in that whiff punish situation.
Yeah, you can also do standing medium punch as well, but it's just standing hard punch is pretty much the best option, just because more damage, as little as it may be, it's still more damage, and it's easy to do. It's so easy to do. It just becomes second nature. Because, and on top of that, standing fierce is one of those buttons that you want to kind of hit in the neutral, versus Zangief, depending on what buttons he wants to hit. So you can do standing medium punch. You can also do standing fierce, but standing fierce is the best button to go to in that situation there. Another thing is, like you mentioned before, one of the crazy interactions with Cammy's buttons versus Zangief's buttons with charging fierce is that you can also crouching fierce his standing fierce, and you will go under his arm. It's really weird. And you pretty much hit Gief below the belt. Like, he doesn't have that one hit of armor below the belt. I think you guys talked about it before versus I think one of the Alex videos you touched base on with Alex's crouching medium punch, I believe.
Yeah, there are some buttons that work. Like they don't have to be specifically low. It's just as long as the hitbox is just low enough, then it'll beat the armor. Yeah. So Cammy's crouch heavy punch is one of those buttons.
Right.
Another fun thing that is, I don't know if it's actually reliable. I don't think it's reliable. I think it's more of a deterrent. But Gief's new counterattack versus
standing medium kick.
Yeah, standing medium kick. It also catches light kick, but you're a lot less likely to press that in the neutral.
I've never seen Cammy players use lights in neutral.
No, we don't use that button.
It's like, it's not a thing. So, but standing medium kick is a popular button. So it's like, this is one. I mean, the counter goes from a 0 out of 10 to like a 1 out of 10 for this matchup because you can actually use it. But
yeah, Cammy's yet to use the standing medium kick as a checker. They will probably do like standing medium kick, and then low medium kick, just to see if your opponent is blocking high or if he's walking forward or walking back to check him low. So normally, if Cammy's hit standing medium kick the first time, more often than not, they're going to hit standing medium kick again. And if you can like catch that pattern in your head, you can definitely use that counter and get a lot of damage and a knockdown on Cammy in that situation there.
I've definitely caught Cammy players doing that. Just pressing medium kick too many times because I mean, it's not something they look out for too often because like it's already been set in stone how bad the counter is, which I'm not disagreeing with, but they also do the stand medium kicks at a range where if I try pressing a jab or something, it might whiff, so it's like they get more damage off of me. So if I just do the counter, do the little jazz hands thing, and then like you take 220,
Oh yeah,
makes you not want to press the button as much.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Another thing is you eliminate Cammy from using that button again. It's just like, whoa, I just got blown up for this. Do I really want to hit standing medium kick again, or do I want to do something else? So,
and it has that mental damage as well, where even if it whiffs, say, it at least puts it in your head of, oh, maybe he's looking for my standing medium kick. So then maybe the next button you press is a crouching medium kick because it covers a similar range and beats similar buttons. You have to be a little bit closer for it to work, but it's just one of those things where it does damage that's like not necessarily that tangible in the game. But
the reason why I think, because like in all the other matchups, it like I said, it's not that great. I keep saying that. I shouldn't keep repeating myself. People know it's bad, but it's like anyways, Cammy can't crush counter from very far away. So that's another reason in this matchup where it's not as bad. So if you do end up whiffing it, I mean, at worst, they'll walk up, stand heavy punch into drill or something, but they really have to be looking out for you whiffing that.
Yeah.
In terms of neutral, like I said, like the characters go back and forth. It's like I could get hit by a crouch heavy punch in the V trigger. I'll say this matchup sucks, but then the Cammy player will get hit by my crush counter stand heavy into V trigger, and they'll say the matchup sucks. It goes back and forth really hard. One thing though is that trying to walk Cammy to the corner is pretty difficult, at least in my experience.
I just think that just naturally happens at around like if you're playing around like 80 seconds left, maybe like 70, 75. So like in between the 70 and 80 second mark, she'll probably be in the corner if there hasn't been like a big connection at that point, because if the Geef is moving forward enough and he's getting enough like crouching light punches in, standing medium punches, things like that, if he's getting connections, she's moving back enough. She has enough room to play at the start of a match where kind of around the 80, 70 second mark is where she'll have to think about where her back is to the corner if she hasn't connected a drill already. And then at that point, if she does get a whiff punish or stuff Geef, she lands a drill and gets all that space back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, do you have that much problems like being in the corner that much, like in neutral? Does that just happen to you?
Not really. Pretty much it all boils down to what buttons the Geef is hitting in the neutral. Also, if he's jumping in, which goes back to anti-airing properly and hitting the correct buttons with punishing properly as well. But I know that if Geef gets one free jump in, then yeah, more than likely around that 80-second mark, like Joe Monday said, Cammy's back is going to be to the corner, like at some point in time. You just have to play that matchup so careful. It's insane. It's like you have to really be on point the entire time because in the neutral, and this is how I look at it as, when you go into your opponent, Cammy versus Geef, you have to test which character or which person is more afraid of the other person's buttons. And you can kind of easily tell that if like Geef is hitting jab a lot, then more than likely, a Cammy player would think, okay, he's just going to hit jab. He's probably afraid of my better button, so he's not going to throw out, standing fierce. He's not going to throw out, I guess, standing medium kick, even though that's not really a optimal button. Or he won't even try to parry a medium kick. And same way goes for Cammy. Like if Cammy's more than likely crouch blocking, if she's not really doing anything, it could be one or two things. Either one, she's waiting on you to hit a button, or she's waiting on you to jump in so they can whiff punish or DP. Or two, they're nervous about Zangief, so they don't know what button to hit. You know what I'm saying? So like it's really, really a mind game thing when it comes down to Cammy versus Geef, because once Geef gets in, it can be lights out for Cammy over a matter of two SPDs and a throw, I think, that'll get Cammy stunned. And if Cammy gets in on Geef, well, you're put in a mix-up situation where she's either going to hit button, she's going to shimmy, or she's going to throw. So it's a really, really, it really tests your mental fortitude as far as which character gets in first and gets the momentum going in their favor. Because once it starts, it's really hard. Even though Cammy has a slight advantage because of the 3-frame, because of the DP, but it's still hard to stop Zangief's momentum once he gets in.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even just a Geef thing. It's just a Street Fighter 5 thing. It's once people get going.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true there. But I personally feel so out of all the character roster, even if it's Balrog, all your other top tiers, I personally fear Geef the worst because I know that I can't afford to make a mistake. I can't make that one mistake that I can possibly make versus like a Rashid or versus a Karen. Like I feel normal against those other characters. But when it comes to Geef, it's just like, okay, I got to really be sharp about this matchup because I know that if, a Geef blocks an S or blocks a DP, or if Geef jumps in and, he gets a hit on me or something like that, then I'm put in a situation where I don't want to guess for a 50-50, or I don't want to make a bad choice in a 50-50 situation.
Yeah, the pressure really turns up at that point. Well, especially too, because her backdash doesn't put her out of range for an SPD.
Nor does it put her out of range for a standing roundhouse, I believe, because if you catch a standing roundhouse on a backdash, it crush counters. Air SPD, 50-50 situation, gotta guess.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
I'm totally in agreement with you there because that's just something that I said at the top of the show where it was like, it depends on the player. If they're more comfortable in the neutral, they'll feel like this matchup is more in Cammy's favor. If they're not as comfortable in the neutral, or if Zangief makes them feel uncomfortable in the neutral, then they'll say that it's in Zangief's favor. And the same with a Zangief. If a Zangief isn't comfortable in the neutral, they might think it's in Cammy's favor because they'll see that standing medium kick and be like, man, what do I do against that? But the answers are there, but you just have to be looking for them.
Mm-hmm. And I think one element we actually forgot about, I'm not sure if we're going to cover it in a later topic, but Cammy's dive kick. That's another thing that kind of opens up, a whole nother world of either hurt or, a whole lot of hurt for either Zangief or Cammy, depending on who's ready for what.
Yeah, dive kick Hooligan would dive kick and Hooligan would almost be like a subject in itself.
Okay, yeah, we can touch base about that later. Yeah, I think we're there. I think we can talk about it now. Let's talk about dive kick first. When used in the neutral, let's talk about that first. Let's cover that.
Yeah, because some Cammy players not some, I should say every, because even though it got nerfed in season 2, it's like just do jump dive kick or especially EX dive kick can be hard to react to. Geef
it can be.
Has more options than the average person of dealing with dive kick. Because his sometimes his crouch light punch can anti-air it. I don't know why. His lariat can sometimes work, but then there's also stand heavy punch and flex. They're just armoring through it because it's one hit. It's whatever. Because it ends up. Because do you remember what the most plus Cammy can be now? Is it like +2 or something off of that?
+2 is the last time I checked ever since the nerf. So yeah, +2.
Yeah. I mean, Geef's a tall dude, so you have to hit him pretty low in the first place. If you hit him high enough, then he's I don't know if he can straight up punish you, but
if it hits midway,
you're like minus.
If it hits waist, if it hits waist level, best bet is a tech.
Yeah.
Because more than often, that'll be the situation where Cammy doesn't know am I negative or am I 0? I'm just gonna throw. And normally, whenever most Cammys hit that midsection area where, it's not plus, they hit a throw in that situation there.
Do they?
Yeah.
I think most, at least for me, most Cammy players I know, they just hit their 3-frame. Because they're like, Geef doesn't have a 3-frame, I'll just press that.
Yeah. I mean, on paper, you're right. Yeah, Cammy would hit the 3-frame, but depends on how much practice they have on their dive kicks and how well they space it out. They aren't sure if that's going to be a advantageous situation for them or if they should just opt out and throw, because I think if you're not sure if the dive kick is plus or not, the safest option to do is throw, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
If Geef ends up armoring any of the dive kicks, then you're pretty much getting SPD'd.
Yep, getting punished.
That's just what happens.
Yep, you definitely get SPD in that situation there. I think that's kind of like one of the things. A lot of people go back and forth about this subject as far as the dive kicks on Geef. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad, but it all depends on what the Geef does in response to the dive kick. Either they're going to standing jab, or they're going to flex, or they're going to, charge heavy punch for that one hit of armor. As a Cammy player, I don't use dive kick as much unless I have meter. And if Cammy does have meter, that's when we need to start looking out for the delayed dive kick. Because if she delays a dive kick, she can catch you pressing a button early or flexing early, or you do something sooner than as it should, and then you get punished for it, and then you're put in a mix-up situation after that. So as a Geef player, definitely pay attention to the Cammy's meter, because if she does have a bar and she jumps, 9 times out of 10, you're going to guarantee that, she's going to jump in dive kick, which you can still flex if you time it properly. But if she delays it, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with you there, because it's so common for Geef to try and anti-air with a stand light punch. And if you space that EX and you time it right, you can basically whiff punish the standing light punch, but like from the air, basically, let's say, or catch him pressing it beforehand and get that counter hit. It's because the standing light punch isn't guaranteed that if you go for an EX, let's say, because it comes out much faster than the regular.
Correct.
To which then I say, it's sometimes a lot better for Geef just to try and anti-air with crouching hard punch. I think that's pretty good anti-air in general, and in this matchup in particular, because even let's say the dive kick, like he goes for regular dive kick and it ends up hitting you out of the crouching hard punch, which I can't. Let's say it's a rare situation. A lot of times you're going to be airborne, so she can't get follow up. You were saying, Slaying Man?
So I was like, yeah, something beats crouch heavy punch. What button actually beats Geef crouch heavy punch?
Let's say it whiffs. Let's say you hit it really early.
All right.
You got excited. But no, there's that. And then there's also the classic of anytime that a dive kick character jumps, you jump as well.
Yep.
Just to stay on the same horizontal plane as them. And I think a lot of Geef's air buttons or Borscht Dynamite will just beat that outright.
Yeah.
I'll do that a lot against Cammys when I have them cornered, because y'all think they'll probably want to dive kick out or try and use that as a way to get out, and I'll sometimes go for just neutral jump. If I see them go airborne, that way if they just lift them up with that Borscht Dynamite.
Yeah, that can work.
It'll definitely scare a Cammy. Nothing worse than that happening, to burn your meter on an EX dive kick and the Zangief jumps with you and then EX SPDs and you're just like, oh, whoa, he has those. Maybe I should stop for a second and realize what's going on here, because that definitely makes me reel back in my chair whenever I go for a dive kick and he jumps up with me in air SPDs. Yeah. It definitely humbles me. It's like, okay, I can't go as crazy on this guy as I thought I should be, or as I was.
Right, so one more thing about the dive kick there, because stand heavy punch can work, and it works pretty well, especially if you have Vitra or something, but the armor rule still applies. So dive kick can hit in a multitude of areas. So there are times where dive kick can hit below the armor, and you'll get knocked out of it. So it's it can be an option, but if a Cammy player knows how to space their dive kick anyways, then stand heavy punch usually isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hooligan. Sometimes if Cammy players like doing Hooligan because, I don't know, online, then they can do the grab, and that'll just beat stand heavy punch too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Zangiefs do it. They will crouch initially on a Hooligan, and then right when Cammy gets close to Zangief stands up and eats a grab. I think that Zangief, there's no reason why any character should be standing up when Cammy goes in for Hooligan, because it's either going to be a dive kick, slide, or grab, which a grab already is out of the question because you can't hit crouchers with it, or you can't grab crouchers with it, and everything else you're going to block low. So unless it's a dive kick, which you should be initially blocking anyway because it's more advantageous on block, yeah, there's no reason to stand up. No reason to stand up whatsoever, unless you want to go for a standing light punch check, but you have to really do it early, which I still don't even recommend it because there's no reason to put yourself in a bad situation when you can just eliminate the bad situation overall by not doing anything but block.
Yeah, I know like 90% of the time or more when I got hit by Hooligan, it's I'm crouching, but then I try to do anti-air lariat, expecting a dive.
Okay.
I was gonna say like that's. I was like say like I have to admit, moment of truth. I try and lariat it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Oh yeah, because upper body invulnerability. I forgot about that.
I mean, yeah, it's like his head and like his shoulders.
Oh, please don't lariat. Just block. Just block. I mean, you could probably running bear grab. Running bear grab. One hit armor eliminates dive kick and
No, it's not throw invincible.
So it's not throw invincible. Oh,
no, you know, funny enough, like for dive, that would technically be the best, like one of the best options against dive kick is just EX running bear grab, but that takes so much mental fortitude to actually, and in practice to actually do that. It's just. Yeah.
It also depends on space. If she does it really high, like in a punishable situation, she'll not have landed yet, and you'll do that whiff right in front of her. Running bear grab as an anti-air is a fun thing that works like 20% of the time.
Can you imagine if Heavy had armor, the 30 frame startup, it would like work as an anti-air like every time.
Well, then, while we're talking about Cannon Strike, though, this conversation kind of changes once she has V-Trigger.
Yes.
Yeah, Crouch Heavy Punch becomes a way scarier button because it's a button that can beat Stand Heavy Punch. It can beat your lights just because of button priority.
Yeah, this is one thing that I had to break as a habit for myself whenever I have V-Trigger because I played a lot of people online who were still active, playing Street Fighter and whatever, and they said my main problem, because I was trying to improve myself as a player, they said my main problem is that when I always had V-Trigger, I always did Crouching Fierce. I always tried to do Crouching Fierce, canceling the V-Trigger. So as soon as a Cammy gets V-Trigger, watch out for that Crouching Fierce because it's, I don't know what it is. It's like, it seems like all the rest of our buttons except crouching Fierce just disappears off of our pad or off of our fight stick. And that's the only button we're pushing because we know like it's going to hit. It's going to hit. It always hit. Now I'm going to cancel the V-Trigger and do damage. So yeah, once Cammy has V-Trigger, look for that Crouching Fierce. Even try to bait it out and whiff punish it. I'm pretty sure you guys have a button to whiff punish it, right?
Whiff punch, Crouch Heavy Punch?
Yeah. Like if you're just outside of the range.
Stand Like a Glariat should work. I'm pretty sure it works against that button.
Okay, cool.
We have to check later.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, it's like most Cammys always hit that Crouching Fierce button. So as soon as Cammy has a V-Trigger, look for that button and get ready to punish it.
Yeah. Also with the whole V-Trigger thing is because one option against some of Cammy's buttons, it's like, oh, let's try to flex it. Like flexing becomes way less good of an option when she has, because if she has V-Trigger, she does. If you do Crouch Heavy Punch and I flex it, most of the time, depending on how early I do the flex, I can actually just punish with SPD. If you cancel out in the V-Trigger, no matter what I do, you can just do DP and punish me.
Yep.
And then sure you used half your V-Trigger, but you also just did a bunch of damage on me, and you still have enough for one more.
Yep.
But V-Trigger dive kick, I
don't try to anti-air that.
There's that. Anti-airing is kind of a bad idea. EX air SPDing it is a great idea though, because it works from really, really far away. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I know no Cammy would ever try to be actual full screen and then just jump and do it because it would whiff. But if it's in theory, if she did that from full screen and then geefed and jumped at apex height and then did EX airspeed, the hurt box is they're still close enough where it's I would actually grab you. So it's if you ever do that and if you ever do V-Trigger dive kick and I'm in the air, the EX airspeed is just almost guaranteed.
Okay.
It works from really, really far away.
Yeah,
there are like certain instances where it like trades, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that situation.
Yeah, no, it's just grab trading is just not it's taboo on this in this channel. You just don't even talk about it.
We don't talk about that here.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, and I find myself doing, being in habit about it myself, is once V-Trigger is activated for Cammy, it's like one of the first things they do within the first 5 seconds of it being activated is dive kick. So I think that should definitely be one of the first things you should be looking out for against Cammy as Geef. And it all boils back down to, if they're trying to play footsies, if they're trying to dominate the ground game or if they're trying to dominate the air game. Because a more patient Cammy, I'm not saying she won't dive kick. She definitely won't dive kick right away. But she would rather try to tag you with a low forward or try to tag you with a normal button and then go drill DP rather than go dive kick into whatever. Because we know you're looking for a dive kick. We know that your primary option of beating that dive kick is air SPD. So see what that Cammy's doing. See what that Cammy is trying to dominate, whether it's the ground game or the air game. If it's the air game, as soon as Cammy jumps, you can bet your bottom dollar she's going to dive kick because there's nothing else she can do. I mean, she can hit normal buttons out of the air, but and all that stuff still. But if she has V-Trigger, she's more than often going to dive kick.
Okay. For V-Trigger dive kick, I don't remember actually. Is it like the same plus on block like all the time?
No, it depends on the angle. I think if the lower I hit you, it pretty much like the regular dive kick. The lower I hit you, the initial hit, the lower
it's always
the initial
like
hit.
+4 or something crazy like that, though.
At worst, it's +4. At best, it's like +15.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
This isn't viable anymore, but I just remember it because there used to be the tactic of Geef doing V reversal as soon as you block the dive kick, and the V reversal would whiff because you side switch, but because he recovered so fast, you were actually like you weren't as plus. I think you were like 0 or -1 or something like that. It was really funny.
Okay.
They increased the recovery, so that's not viable anymore. So it's like if you're trying to V reversal the dive kick, you have to wait a second and then do it because so it'll auto correct. The other option is actually just keep your V trigger because if you have V trigger active, you can just flex the dive kick and then punish her. Like guaranteed. Which is something that that's just like because Geef using his like 99 heads of armor for his V trigger, it's just something that you don't see like very often. So even if you know about it, it always escapes your mind. Because like I'll get that on like me and Danslip play every once in a while. Like he'll do a button in the V trigger, right? He won't cancel anything. I'll actually just backdash and pop my V trigger, and then at some point he'll just do the V trigger dive kick, and then I'll flex it. And it's just something. Even if you know it exists, it's something you're not looking out for. So it works really well against that dive kick. It's just flexing, just like the regular one.
You just made me flash back to when someone did that on me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I was like, man, I wasn't expecting it. He flexed all 3 hits and CA'd me and killed me. I was just like, man,
yeah,
I'm salty.
Yeah, because even though the regular flex can absorb up to 4, the transition between the first 2 hits and the second 2 hits is too big of a gap with how fast the move is. So you have to be in V-Trigger for that to work.
Yeah.
Right.
I know we talked about a lot with the whole pressure and all that stuff, but I don't know if there's that much to go over because it's like because when Geef knocks you down, whether it's mid-screen or in the corner, you're obviously not a very happy camper. That's just a given. But how confident are you in dealing with Geef's stuff when you do get knocked down? Just on a scale of 1 to 10.
Personally, as 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, or 1 being least comfortable, 10 being most comfortable.
Yeah.
I would say 6. I would say 6. It's really scary. Like if it's a light SPD, whatever, neutral resets. But if it's a heavy or EX SPD, I start getting a little nervous. Not completely cracked, but like, I get a little chip damage on me. I just get a little nervous, like, because I don't know what's going to happen. One thing that was taught to me is that if I do get SPD'd, the best situation to do is to just jump back, don't hit a button, because the worst case that can happen is you just eat a roundhouse, but you won't get crush countered or anything like that. So that thought is in my head, but I think you can still get meat-eat SPD, if the Geef times it properly on your wake up. So yeah, I'll say about a 6. I'll still get nervous.
Yeah, because if he lands something that isn't light SPD, he dashes forward. He's +2, so he can get another SPD.
Yeah.
If he times it right,
if he
times it right, even if you press your 3 frame, like they'll go on the same frame, so the grab wins.
Yeah, and another thing I was going to say is, like, if the Geef, like, for some reason feels like, oh, he's going to jump back, you can also just jump with Cammy and, SPD, air SPD, and you're just back in the same situation. So it's, I think as a Geef player, and it actually just dawned upon me. I think as a Geef player, and in order to beat Cammy, you have to think about that next step. Probably 2 steps ahead of that Cammy, because I'm not going to say that Cammy is flowchart, but it's really easy to kind of like transition to what Cammy wants to do, whether it's, okay, I got a knockdown, I'm going to tick throw, light throw, whatever. I got the knock, or I got to throw on you. I'm going to dash up meaty or something like that. It's really easy to just like go through the motions with Cammy. With Geef, you kind of have to think 2 steps ahead of the Cammy player. Like, okay, after I knock you down, what are you going to do to respond? Are you going to just wake up and do nothing? Are you going to wake up DP? Are you going to jump back? So I think that's one way how, as a Geef player, that's how you can kind of like get an edge on the Cammy, is thinking 2 steps ahead of her as far as what she's going to do once you get the knockdown on her.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Really, like, because Cammy doesn't have like, it's not like Guile or Dulcimer or that. It's not crazy keep away, but it's like once Cammy's out, she is out. It's not like she can't like mess with you full screen, but once she's out and you're back in the neutral, it's like you're there for a while.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole game starts over again. But if she loses the life lead, that kind of changes how the neutral works. Geef can be a lot more conservative with his button presses to really not eat a lot of random stand medium kicks, or like Cammy needs to kind of exert herself a little bit more, put herself in a little bit more danger. Yep. I'd say if she doesn't, like if she has lost the life lead.
Yep, I agree completely. Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. Do you actually use V-reversal that often?
Versus Geef, if I'm in the corner, okay, so this goes back down to the knockdown situation. If I'm in the corner and after I wake up, if Geef does headbutt or any button on my wake up, I will more than likely use V reversal. I know it's bad. I know it's really predictable in that situation, but I have to test the Geef to see if he's ready. Like, it goes back to being 1 step ahead of the Cammy. I have to test that Geef to see if he knows I'm going to V reversal here. Yeah. If not, okay, I got out the corner. Now you're in the corner.
Yeah, if you can react to the fact, like, to a heavy button, because like some of Geef's buttons you can V reversal late. So if you can react to the fact that he's pressing a heavy button there, and then you V reversal, he can't do anything about it. But if you like, if every time I like crouch medium punch you V reversal, like you're gonna get the flex OS on you, and you're gonna get put back in that corner.
Right. Yeah.
Or they can be a god and actually OS air SPD, because that works against her V reversal for some reason.
Nobody does that, because she's airborne. I don't know why. I don't understand. But I only use it in the corner. I really don't use it mid screen unless I'm about to be stunned, or just to get some stun damage or a stun meter down or something like that.
Yeah. Although sometimes, because back on if they see a heavy button, they'll V reversal. It's guaranteed, right? There are times where I'll do like 3 jabs or something into charged heavy punch when they're in the corner, but they'll V reversal the charged heavy punch, and then they'll do the V reversal, and then the V reversal will whiff because that's how Cammy's works.
Yeah.
That's just a funny situation. Although with how much recovery is on stand heavy punch, I don't remember if you can actually punish or not. I think he can.
I don't know. I've never had that happen to me.
Well, like, you know, like if you reversal button from far away, like Cammy does it, but her move just whiffs.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, just that specific situation. I've never seen that happen to me. So, I can't recall, I should say.
It's like kind of a broken situation where like Geef reels back far enough away to where she doesn't cross up. Is that
okay.
What we're talking about? Is that what you're talking about, Slam Man?
Yeah. Well, I just mean like when I do like a couple jabs into heavy punch, and then I do the heavy punch from so far away. When the V reversal, the heavy punch, her V reversal just whiffs.
Right. Yeah. It's like a well spaced stand hard punch, and not that hard to space in that situation. I know what you're saying, but yeah, whenever she V reversals there, she'll move forward and
but on the same side.
But yeah, she'll
Yeah.
she'll like, turn it back to you, and then
okay.
Punish.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about something completely different. Okay, no, I take that back. No, that's happened to me before.
Yeah. Which I was saying, I think Geef can punish, but usually like the situation's so rare, and like you see it happen, you're just frozen.
Yeah, not ready for it.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a pro player.
That's
not ready for every situation. Anyways.
Neither am I.
Yeah, Joe's the best though. You're always ready, right?
Never been more ready. That's what they call me.
Let's go, Joe.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. At the same time, I feel like Cammy's pressure on Geef is pretty solid. Because he doesn't have mostly because he doesn't have a 3-frame button. He only has a 4-frame button, so you can really get away with a lot of your light attack pressure on Geef specifically. Tick throws, I think, are really strong against Geef in general, and I think Cammy's tick throw game is really strong.
Yeah, the fact that Cammy can do like 3 lights and then a medium button means that like doing the delayed EXSPD is not very good against her, because at any one of those times is when she could do the throw. She could do like one light in the throw, 2 lights in the throw, 3 lights walk up throw, and it's like you don't know when she's gonna actually do it.
Yeah, it makes flexing really unreliable as well as a reversal option for Geef, because she can just pressure with lights. She really has no reason not to pressure with lights. If not, like, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but she'll get that knockdown into a very similar situation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. V reversal works pretty well against her though, just because Geef's is fast.
Yeah, that's true. His is fast.
You still get thrown out of it though.
For sure.
If it's read properly by the Cammy. Yeah, light pressure is pretty much the best thing to do against Geef. Because anything else, I mean, you're just at risk of getting jabbed out, or they might mash out EXSPD or something like that.
Yeah,
so
the farther away you are, the bigger chance of like a random Fierce or EXSPD coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although I will say, actually, if I can see it, I actually don't ever feel that bad about when I see a standing light kick up close. I don't normally feel that bad about pressing a crouching light punch after blocking that, because it's not actually that advantageous on block.
It's like
only
plus one.
Yeah, it's only +1.
Yeah, it's only +1. Mm-hmm.
And something very common is if you've like, the common thing is like she'll do it and then take that micro step forward, right? I feel like all Cammys do this. I don't know if that's like a thing that all Cammys decided was going to be the thing that you do, but
yeah, we call that the ghetto infinite.
Yeah, it's
no one knows. It's not real, but really no one knows that it's not real. So it's just like, hey, let it rock, I guess.
Those
Let's keep doing
suspicions
it.
are real. They have a name for it.
Yeah.
It's the ghetto infinite.
But that one in particular, I feel like that one's recognizable because it's the way that it animates different from her punches. So it's something that you can react to once you see it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the one. It's like one of the buttons I'm looking for in terms of pressure. Otherwise, it's like backdash OS. That's useful.
So both people are scared in the neutral. Both people are scared when each other is knocked down. That's like Cammy can actually deal with stand heavy punch pretty well, but Geef can handle with Cammy's divekick pretty well. Cammy's V trigger is probably a little more useful than Geef's V trigger on this. I mean, the amount of damage you get off Geef's V trigger is obviously really nice, but there's no projectile, there's no random heavy button you can like catch out with his V trigger.
The one thing I'll say about that, I actually kind of disagree with you because I think that Geef's standing medium punch is so good as a counter hit option in the neutral.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, I will buffer that a lot behind standing medium punch because you're more often than not going to get that counter hit with her standing medium kick, and you'll pick her up. I don't do it so much with Geef's standing medium kick. I like Geef's standing medium kick in this matchup, but it usually hits too far away, and it'll do that dumb thing where he gets the hit, cancels into it, and then the follow up whiffs. So I'll do that less often, but the standing medium punch counter hit into V trigger, I actually think is that's the one useful thing in this matchup.
That actually reminds me, that is something that I've been trying a little bit with. This is like random lab testing. I don't know how useful it is yet, but it's like if I use stand heavy punch a lot. If you ever watch me play, I use it a lot, and people can whiff punish it. Obviously, we were just talking about that earlier. Using stand medium kick, it's like obviously the animation is different, but the range of the button, like uncharged stand heavy punch and stand medium kick, are almost around the same range. So just seeing that limb go out, I've seen people try to whiff punish stand medium kick the same way they whiff punish stand heavy punch and then fail. I don't know how well that works against Cammy because of how long her buttons go.
Honestly, I've never seen a Geef do standing medium kick that often.
Really, I love that in this matchup because it blows up your crouching medium kick. That's like my go-to. That's the special, right? Because you use the standing medium punch whenever to kind of shut down her standing medium kick, and then when she goes for crouching medium kick, you start using your standing medium kick. And
okay, I can definitely see that beating crouching medium kick or Cammy's crouching medium kick there. Yeah. Wow, you actually got me on that one. I cannot give an honest answer. I mean, just picturing the animation in my head. I mean, what's the recovery as opposed to like standing fierce? Assuming it's
charged and uncharged are both 23 frames of recovery, but stand medium kick is, I don't remember, 17. Yeah,
17. So it's it's pretty fast.
But it comes out faster too, so it's like
I think you can definitely use that to like catch the Cammy off guard. I mean, because normally in that neutral, you're hitting slower buttons. I think Cammy's fastest button is that she would throw out in the neutral is a standing medium punch, which is 6 frames.
Mm-hmm.
So if like Cammy's doing nothing but hitting fierce, trying to catch like a standing fierce on the Zangief's part, throughout that standing medium kick, because that'll definitely like catch the Cammy off guard and be like, "Whoa, what was that?" And you can blow up a lot of Cammy's buttons with that.
Yo, they gave Geef 4 new moves in the latest patch. What is that button?
Oh, I think one thing I forgot to ask about, or that we talked about, is on Cammy being knocked down. I'm not sure if you do this a lot, but in Cammy's fear of being command thrown again, they'll neutral jump. So you guys do the OS SPD, where you like, I guess, buffer SPD, and then if she jumps, you jump with them, and then do the OS in the air.
Yeah, do that a lot.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do it raw like that. Usually, most of the time when I go for that, it's like I'll do regular grab and then buffer the SPD from the regular grab, because if the grab whiffs, that means you try to avoid a command grab.
Okay. Wow. So you have enough time to grab and then air SPD.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you jump backwards, doing the AX air SPD after a grab is character specific. I would have to look at that again to see if it works on Cammy. If
Okay.
you press a button, it works on everyone. So not pressing a button when you're in the air like that is a good idea for you.
Yeah.
No matter which character you are.
We were also talking, yeah, and I think that particular one of dash forward buffer SPD works on Cammy as well, because if she backdashes, she's not out of range, so you can still catch her. That buffer still works if you stay grounded.
Oh yeah, the delayed SPD, yeah, that works on her.
Yeah,
I think if you do it when you're +2 like that, like after heavy or EX SPD, you dash forward. I think it works on everyone if you do it like that. I don't know. Cammy has like one of the farther going back dashes, and I think maybe not Fang, maybe.
No. I think backdash is okay.
Backdash is good.
I think that just one other thing that we were talking about, even before you started recording. We're recording, by the way. You did hit play, right? We're a couple hours into this.
It'd be unfortunate if you got to hit record.
Yeah. Of course I did.
All right. So back to the neutral game. Here's how it goes.
No, we're good.
Now, before you showed up, you kind of snuck in on us, but we were talking about what happens after you tech a throw, and how the common situation for Geef to do is a crouching light punch. Usually, that's the safe option.
Yeah.
And Cammy can do a back medium punch buffered into like a spiral arrow.
Oh yeah, that moves special castable.
That will catch. Yep. That will catch the. That will catch your crouching light punch. It won't catch any other button, but.
Interesting.
How often does Geef go for other buttons in that situation?
Yeah, and then there's the whole thing like with Bison, where it's like after you take a throw, they might do stand medium kick, then you do the counter, and then it's like, do I press stand medium kick now or not? You know, it's a whole mind game in itself.
Yeah, that's what got me onto to thinking that of what happens afterwards. So I haven't really thought about it critically from Cammy's position until, a couple hours ago.
Yeah. Is there any reason for Cammy to use V skill at all? I don't believe so.
No.
Just because like, if Cammy wants to bait a throw, she could also just like neutral jump medium punch or something. Instead of neutral jump medium. Yeah, because like the only time you would ever use Hooligan, or not Hooligan, V skill in this would be like to bait a throw, but then it's like, then you side switch and it's like, if I don't press anything, I can just beat out your Hooligan. Or I keep saying Hooligan, your V skill.
V skill, yeah.
What is that move actually called?
Spin knuckle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, V skill, not so much because it's really slow.
Mm-hmm.
As far as using it as a throw bait, Cammy already has magnificent walk speed, so she can walk up, walk back. She can hit you with standing light kick, walk back. She can neutral jump. Like there's so many other safer options with the less risk if you were to react properly to it. With V skill, you just hit roundhouse and get a crush counter for free,
Mm-hmm.
About the only time that a Cammy would probably use it on Geef is maybe on a knockdown situation, if timed properly, just to test to see if you know how plus it is on block, to see if you're going to hit a button afterwards. And even still, that would be like a mid-screen situation. I think a corner situation is too risky. Cammy wouldn't give up her corner pressure just to try to, see if you're going to block properly or not on Wakeup.
Actually, Joe, do you remember, because I entered one of those get fucked tournament cups things, like for the money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember, what was that Cammy's name? Was it Squirrel something, or was that... Because that was one of the ones that got up there. It would be somewhere on the YouTube archives of that tournament, but I just remember like it being like 1-1, both low life. We're in the neutral. Like, what's gonna happen? And then he just did V skill. It's like the first time he ever did it in the match. But even that unexpected factor, I just pressed jab and I ended up winning. because it's just that slow and that
Yeah,
telegraphed.
Yeah, I recall that. That was pretty funny.
It's kind of an anticlimactic way for that to go, but that just kind of proves my point of like, there's not really much reason to use V-skill for Cammy. So it's like, if they start using it a lot, then Geef has a lot of options. He has the crush counter options. He has just flex.
Yeah, I forgot about flex, Joe.
Yeah, just don't block it, or well, obviously don't get hit by it either. But just like if you have the time to do something, she's not, then just punish accordingly, because there's no reason why they should be using it ever.
I can think of like maybe one instance of where she might get away with V skill, and it's when she's cornered, and if Geef is looking to like do a neutral jump to like catch her trying to jump out, she can just V skill to get out. Because then the only thing that Geef can press in that situation to land on her would be a jump light kick. Typically, he's not looking to do that.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Actually, wait, what about after
Very rare. It's very rare.
Yeah, what about after V trigger dash kick? That is, I don't know. Maybe that one's reaching a bit because it's like, again, that's just relying on them being unaware. Because like after V trigger dash kick, it's like no one who's gonna try to press a button there, like ever.
Right.
Like the only time you'd ever do something is like to tech a throw, or to mash out super, because that works sometimes.
We're really reaching here.
Yeah, so like, never mind. Just forget it. Just, if they're using V skill, beat the shit out of them. All right, that's your matchup tip. There you go.
Right.
Forget everything else in this video. Just be like, if you see V skill, beat them up. That's all you need to know. That's the Cammy matchup. If they don't use V skill, I don't know how to help you. Anyways, is there anything else we can really cover right now? Like, is there any other?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Oh, does Cammy have an instant overhead against Geef?
Yeah, she actually has
standing light kick.
Yeah.
She can do standing medium punch.
I'm sorry, jumping. Yeah.
Yeah, jump.
Yeah, I mean jumping light kick. I don't know why I said standing for him.
Yeah. I also think she can get away with a jumping medium punch as well. Let me just check this because he's big body. I wrote it down somewhere.
Right.
But I think that's the only other button where she gets instant overhead. Let's see, Cammy.
If it's instant off a light kick, then that's not. You don't have to worry about it too often because it's Geef's a big dude, high health and high stun. So it's like unless you're on that, like that 1 inch from stun, usually not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, she can get away. Yeah, she can land an instant overhead jump medium punch.
Okay, that's a little worse. But...
Hey. This matchup just turned out in Cammy's favor, just a little bit more now.
Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5, 4.5. Let's go, guys.
Yo, have you ever heard people do like, because 5.5 or like the 0.5 is the most I'll hear, but have you ever heard someone do like, yo, this is like 5.3 in someone's favor, and it's like, what does that even mean?
I don't even know. It's like what gives that character the 0.3?
I've not been unfortunate enough to know someone like that, so that's where I'm at right now in my life. But I think that kind of covers everything I really want to talk about.
Yeah. Dalton versus Geef is 6.86 to 3.14, and it's like it's pretty straightforward in terms of them wanting to play it in the like whoever wins the neutral kind of has the advantage in this matchup. Yeah,
I think that's really where this matchup lies.
Cammy's a little plain, but it's like the small amount of things she has is she does like 10 out of 10, which makes her so good, and then makes the matchup a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
But with that, Symphony, you got time for a set?
Yeah,
all right.
More than happy to participate.
Yeah, man, send the invite.
All right. I gotta get on first. Oh, fuck yeah. My pub stuff got sold. And I got $2.25.
Oh yeah, that's like a thing now.
Yeah, well, it recently came up for pub. But it's been a thing for Steam for a while, just selling your random in-game items. People make money off of selling CSGO skins. like the actual legitimate money. It's weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they're kind of getting into a dark path. It's a dark path they decided to go down. Want to talk about CS:GO skins?
I mean, yeah, I played CS:GO like a few years ago, and I played it for a while, and I was like, yeah, this game's not for me. But I had like $8 worth of skins on my account, so I was like, all right. I just looked at them now. I was like, oh, I'll just sell these. Why not? I just got on now. Do you want to send an invite again?
No, I don't have a thing open.
Oh, do you? Oh no. Okay, I'll make a thing. I heard something about invite. I thought you were sending one. I don't know.
Nah, I was asking for it. I was assuming that you had one up already.
Oh no.
You
want the production value to be like a 4.9, but it's actually like at a 4.54 right now. So.
Yeah, man. Slayman versus production value is like.
God.
It's a 10-0 match. That's a 13-0 matchup.
Dude. That is.
Hopefully my mic does sound better. There's been like, for whatever reason, in Slayman's recordings, my mic always comes through like very low.
I don't know why, because like both you guys are the exact same volume, and like the other episodes, you guys are like the exact same volume. Then it's just like Joe's quiet as shit. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I
assumed that the problem was probably with Discord. I don't like Discord as a communication tool.
I mean, yeah, for casual things, but like it's perfectly fine. But
I don't think it's quite there with voice chat. But yeah, so we kind of switched things up today. Hopefully that fixes the issue.
Hopefully, we'll see. Because as much as I like that Dalsum episode, like you, like trying to fix your audio, it did not did not work very well.
I was thinking I should probably just like record my audio on my end.
Just
for reference.
Yeah, I know Audacity like a little bit, not that much. So it's just like your boy Monday, and it's like, this is not working out.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So we've punished for talking about. There it is.
Yeah.
That is loud.
Heavy-handed there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There it is.
Nervous.
Sweep. So brave.
Oh.
Still pressing it though. Oh no.
Right, we're fine. Oh, we're not fine.
No, we're not fine.
You are not fine. You are dead. That's how that happens.
Oh, that range. How I underestimate you every time.
I'm still like at odds with what the best follow-up to running bear grab is. I haven't decided yet.
Nice.
Okay.
That is not real.
Yeah, that was not real at all. I was expecting CA.
You should have critical arted there.
I wanted to actually. I fucked up. Speaking of fucking up.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you hit him airborne though. That was good patience though. Yeah. You can actually get a back medium punch there. After blocking the
V trigger?
Yeah, after the V trigger, yeah.
Oh, I'm so used to like. Oh no.
Yeah, that hit
I'm so used to throwing.
That hit me enough where the jab was a true block string.
Yeah. Kind of slid into that one. Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's a very, like, I'm kind of guilty of it too. Mostly because Zangief. Well, no, I'll just mash SPD at that point.
Yeah. You have that option.
Yeah, I will say this: the standing meaty off of V trigger is kind of a thing I mainly do. It's not saying you'll never run into it ever, but it's like
it's something that you particularly have worked on as a Zangief.
Yeah.
I don't. It's only medium punch, yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter.
he was gonna do it one more time. He was gonna do it one more time. Splash, what it is there.
Tech.
There's no crouching light punch after the tech.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, I should have back medium punch there.
You're thinking about it. It's in your head. We'll see how that goes in practice. Messed up. I might have goofed. Build that meter. Build that meter.
Well, you didn't hold up. Good job.
We're so lucky that wasn't a Borscht Dynamite. Something we didn't talk about either is that, like, neutral jumping as Zangief within range of... Oh, yeah, me.
God.
Kill.
That was not real.
Oh, you suck.
It was supposed to be real.
You suck.
You tried to catch me slipping.
No, that's an actual combo. It's just this game sucks.
Oh, you just missed.
I mean,
Oh,
who
okay.
said that?
That is a combo. He is correct in saying that is a combo. It does work. I've done that too. Not mashing it out hard enough after that situation.
What? I just did.
Oh, boy,
I just
that's
saw a
fun.
big man run at me, and I didn't do anything. I just watched it all.
He's got an instant overhead, but
Yeah, it's with after Larry, I just manually time it. Because quick rise or back rise, there's no guaranteed setup.
right.
Oh no. Yep. That's a one-hit armor.
That missed, that hit you
See,
in the air.
no, that whiffs because on air hit the recovery is different. I know what you're thinking. That's flaming in. That should be a meaty, regardless of which way she rises. But if it hits if the standing hard punch hits in the air and gets that knockdown, then it's not guaranteed. Fun fact. I've thought about that because I've goofed on it a couple times too. Ooh, nice.
Backdash.
Yeah, that was real good.
Oh.
Oh, that
So
should be
tired. Yeah.
You win.
All right,
So
let's
by this
stick.
time, go ahead.
No,
I was
you
gonna say,
just,
we're not showing that much of the neutral game, are we?
Yeah, I was gonna say by this time I'd be cussing myself out. Like, what am I doing? You know better than
let's,
this.
let's stick to our show's typical format where Slayman goes undefeated and I go.
Oh yeah, that's I don't mention it until after the fact, but it's, no matter what the matchup is, I'm actually undefeated on the show as of now.
As of right now, you've gone undefeated.
Yeah. Actually, the Dawson was the closest one, which maybe that just proves that a little better. 5-5. Why do we have him on the show?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Started out by saying it's 5-5. What? No combos there. Yeah, 2 opportunities to combo.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Take that trade.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't try to do that.
Yeah, you had to hold it. Ooh. Thought you were gonna whiff punish on that throw. Just getting excited.
There we go.
Just in time.
There we go.
I'm really surprised the hop kick didn't jump over that.
Yeah, he caught it at like the very end of the airborne.
Yeah, just the landing frames. Interesting. Good combo. Good pickup.
Were you looking for the jump?
Maybe.
No, like that is definitely a Geef thing. Whenever Geef has full meter, I do this all the time. I'll do Wake Up EX Force Dynamite. Because people see that meter and they think, I'm gonna jump or backdash.
Ooh, that was good.
You pick them up in the air and then you basically wreck their whole like worldview. They start questioning whether God exists. It's a whole thing. Get really fatalistic whenever you do it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh no.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah.
Nope.
You goofed again. You didn't. I don't even think you had to. I could have just held it and got a regular Borscht Dynamite. I don't think you needed to be stingy like that, Slane, man. Why being stingy?
I don't know.
So stingy.
I want to hold it. What is going on right now?
Oh, back medium punch. Why did you fail me?
Talk about it earlier, yes.
That button is so good. It's like it would never be a bad time to use back medium punch. Yeah, well, damn.
And there's that one situation.
That one time.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
That happens sometimes. I hit medium punch 16. I crossed under and it still hit the opposite side. Good blocks.
Ooh. Good punish on the sweep. Nice. Ooh, that hit so late.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Like that's usually the
Counter
setup
hit only.
that I'll go for. I'll do like a walk forward stand light kick after a Siberian Express. I don't think that's optimal. There's got to be a better way. Oh boy. Double. There it is.
I'm messing up.
Oh, how'd you goof that hard?
I don't know.
No matter.
Does not matter.
I'm messing up so much. But
You win.
Well, the record still stands. Let's see if I can beat my record of going always defeated.
wait, is that?
I don't think I've won a whole set.
It's go time.
I've gone very close. I don't think I've won a whole set yet.
Did you beat User Unknown or no?
I may have taken a set from him.
Oh wait, no, you beat the Alex, I think.
Oh, you're right. Desert. Yeah, I beat Desert. It's true. Never mind. I was trying to be all self-deprecating, and you have to lift me up like that. Why's it gotta be like that, Slane, man?
That was one of the funniest ones, because that was the one where like everyone like unanimously agreed like how the matchup went, and like we were all like there was no qualms with anything, and it was like, and then we played the set, and it was like, oh yeah, this is back in season 1. I have to update that at some point, but it's like, yeah, everyone's, oh yeah, Alex has better buttons, it's like they're in the neutral, and it's like, we'll do this and that, and then me and Joe play them, and it's just like everything we talked about did not happen.
Wow.
Except for Alex has no real good Oki on Zangief.
Yeah.
No.
That maintains, if not got worse.
He only has
for Alex.
knee drop and flash chop, right? Like those are like the only two
yeah,
things that he has really good.
flash drop and regular knee drop.
Okay, yeah. That's sad.
Oh, and after V trigger or after V trigger, he can do medium flash drop, and then he's plus 3. So he has stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought you were back dash for show. Good one.
Yo, end it. It's over.
The best.
Thanks for watching Geek's Gym. Buy my book.
Wait.
Yo, what was that?
See, I told you I like neutral jumpy. I know you have the reaction.
Damn.
Oh, I am so shook right now.
Can't be shook.
I am so shook.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit the video so that it says Joe Mende at the top, like rank 100 whatever. I'll just erase all these other numbers and just have the 1 there.
Oh my god.
Haha!
Oof, nice. Did I catch that? Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Not dead though.
Not yet, man. Yep. Get away.
Oh man. Okay.
Ooh, just outside.
Light punch might hit.
Yeah, light punch has slightly longer range than EX.
It's a hair. It's not by much.
Final round. Fight.
It's the 1 pixel that if the opponent's walking back, where it might actually not work them.
Whew, okay.
The gore left.
Good
I
block.
grabbed it. Oh, I didn't meet her.
I tried to anti-air when you had V-trigger. We talked.
I know.
I guess that is one thing we didn't say, is that if you ever block any of Cammy's DPs, you can get a fully charged stand heavy punch. So fully charged heavy punch into dash heavy SPD.
Or you can be got like a neutral jump in SPD and out of the air. Like some people we know.
You could be godlike like that.
Zangief wins.
In all fairness, I did say that's a thing.
Yeah, you did, and you definitely proved it. I'm glad that that actually happened.
Yeah, we have a.
I'm not gonna say like my.
We have a penchant for saying things that should happen and then never happen on this show.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, I thought you were gonna backdash.
I'm trying not to because I know that foot's coming.
Yeah, just know that if Geef does uncharged stand heavy punch and the fresh counters, if he dashes forward, he's +2. Can't combo, but he is plus. Unless he does super, then you can combo.
I could got more out of that.
Oh. How many resets are we doing there?
Tried to walk forward flex.
The infamous.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think Cammy's V-trigger spiral arrow and the V-trigger dive kick kills more than her super does. Like every
Round
time.
2. Fight.
I swear, if he did super there, it would somehow find a way to not kill.
Oh no.
Ah, no.
Oh, I thought that was -3. Oh, okay.
Ooh, not the best punish.
You wanted RBG.
I absolutely did.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Oh, I did not have it.
You tried to EX then?
Oh no!
Oh, oops.
That was stupid.
You're just a pretty big hitbox compared to some other characters, so I think you could have ended that combo with EXDP and killed.
Okay, yeah. I normally don't EXDP unless I get it off of like one hit because the angle of Cammy's DP goes so like vertically up that I think that it's going to like hit, but it just completely whiffs. So
Well,
unless I'm not doing like
Does heavy DP do more than EX spiral arrow, or?
Round 1. Fight.
I think so. Yeah.
Because you can do that combo in heavy DP for sure.
Okay. Why am I back medium punching? That button is so good that I'm like being used to my disadvantage right now.
Oh, we're airborne. I got greedy. I swear, my mom like that.
Mission complete.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh damn! I really
in.
thought that light kick was gonna hit. Take that, it's fine. Ooh, damn. Why did I do that?
Definitely so luck.
Cammy wins.
Okay.
Round 1.
Got to take the hood off. That's why I'm losing.
Oh.
As roundhouse goes over my head. Okay.
He's got the weighted training clothes on. That disadvantage.
Oh, nice. Uh-oh, did not want that.
Okay.
I respect it.
Ah.
Oh, you're not in range for hard. That was stupid.
Yeah, you have to do light there.
Yeah. Ah. Why did I do that?
It's not a bad idea, because then one jab will actually kill.
Yeah. Ah, that was just a thing. Come on.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, walk backwards. What?
I have no clue.
If you withstand medium punch, that's like 20 frames total, I think.
Nice.
And then back throw is plus 25 on quick rise, so you were off by 2 frames. That's why the XSPD missed. Oh, that's so close. Oh, backdash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Backdash in the corner is pretty smart.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna throw.
Final round.
That's fair.
Fight.
Yeah.
Ah! My jazz hands!
Hey.
Nice. Good block. It's like you knew. Oh wow, it didn't come.
Oops.
Well, you should have been dead, so it's whatever. Let's pretend.
Yeah, like realistically, I was dead. Yeah.
Zangief wins.
Frowning so much will give wrinkles. Always remember to smile.
Cammy does not smile.
No,
Kind of saddens me.
she's serious all the time.
Laura smiles.
Round
Kareen
1.
laughs.
Fight.
And he just sits there, frowning. Okay, nice.
Just do
Let me
it.
stop. Let me stop.
No, the thing is, like, you really shouldn't. Ah, good punish.
Look at you. Are you in my head?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stop using the button all entirely, then you're just that's really bad. Because the Geef player usually doesn't try to go for counter multiple times in a row.
Yeah.
They'll catch you once. Oh, that should have worked. That should have worked.
I was hoping it wouldn't. I goofed. That. Whew. Okay. Walked into it.
What's up? You got. Oh, regular throw.
I'm guessing, making wrong guesses.
Come at me with more this time. Round 2. Fight.
Wow.
Nice.
Can you imagine if that worked?
Oh, too far. That happens.
Ooh, good back dash. And a really good punish there. I thought when I stood up you were gonna crouching medium kick me, for sure.
No, I was not. Unless I knew for a fact it was going to hit. Once I throw you in the neutral or mid screen, I really can't get anything off of you.
You caught me. What can I say?
I'm not falling for that one again.
Caught me at the buttons.
Oh no! Okay.
Again, light would have worked there.
Light might work.
It definitely would have worked there.
Mission complete.
Final round. Fight.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, right out of range. Good stuff. Ooh, just cross under.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it. That doesn't work.
That happens sometimes. Yeah.
That is interesting.
That happens sometimes. If I like miss, yeah, if I do the reversal at the wrong time, like the back part of your hand still hits Cammy.
Okay. That's definitely a cameo only
Yeah.
cameo only thing.
I thought that was it. I risked my life on it.
Oh my god, you
Oh no.
oh
He bet it all. GG's.
Well, because it was either that or bet it all on that wake up. I was
That's
thinking SPD on that wake up, but I was like,
Mm-hmm.
he's probably smart.
Joe.
I did.
Good
I
job,
did
Joe.
it.
The champion.
In the back of my mind, I'm still like, you really air SPD my DP? I've never seen that
Yo, did
before.
that tilt you that hard?
Oh, dude, I reeled all the way back in my chair, all the way back. I was just like, I've never seen that. What is going on here?
You're the champion, Joe. You're the host now. Goodbye. I don't know if you want to do one more.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we can do one more.
I gotta get my revenge. You got 3-0'd by you. That can't happen.
That's true.
Joe can take his W. I'm not playing Joe anymore. I'm serious. I don't want to be made into a highlight reel. I'm not. That's not happening.
Well, that's actually, it goes into that's a longer conversation about why I love Geef. I love Geef in this game in particular because Geef can do some of the most showy stuff because it's so impractical. Like he has to really know what you're gonna do in order to get the payoff for those cool things.
Right.
So it's like I always like to play. If the question is do the cool thing or do the smart thing,
Right.
I'm gonna try and do the cool punishable thing.
Fight.
That was
Actually,
definitely cool. Definitely
not
cool.
on top of Joe being the best, but one thing I did forget to mention is that this is a matchup I actually do play a lot. Like back when the game was first out, I played G Wizard a bunch. And then there's Bathtop, which has a lot of Cammys. There's dance flip who I play from time to time because I don't know how that started, but I guess we ran into each other online one time, and now he just invites me every once in a while at random fucking times.
Just hungry for those.
Yeah,
sets.
we're not friends. We're not even acquaintances. But sometimes he invites me. Sometimes I invite him. It just happens.
It's that geek matchup.
I mean, probably. I mean, there's no geeks in New York.
Good blocks. Oh, over the crush. Nice.
Yeah, that's something that we really haven't seen that much in this. Yeah, that was super meaty.
Yeah, that was around plus 10 or so. You can't do shit there. Again, that's another thing where it's like you're not going to see very often unless you're fighting me.
Oh man. Well, missed my chance.
Yeah, I love meaty V trigger setups. They just test my personality. Nice. Yeah. Nice crouching medium punch there. Oh, I was looking at something there after that V reversal. Oh, slaying, man. You're killing me. Universal. Universal.
I can't combo into super from that though.
Final
Not from
round.
there.
Fight.
That's something that I love doing is whenever I have meter in critical art, actually like intentionally pushing myself to the corner so that I can get a land. Oh, that was perfect reversal.
Let me see if that works.
There
No,
it
see, it doesn't.
That sucks. And then intentionally V reversing something that's a lot of recovery. Getting that sweet, sweet combo. So that's another reason why I'm not too afraid of standing light kick, because
You lose.
even on a hit, you don't get anything off of it. I don't think.
Yeah, they get more lights.
No, 'cause it's only +2.
You can chain it.
I'm sorry. The standing light kick?
Yeah, standing light kick.
Can you
Yeah,
chain it?
only if meaty it can't be comboed.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Round
It can be if I'm meaty a standing light kick, I can get a crouching jab out of it.
Yeah, it's not chain cancelable
Get out of here.
like other lights.
I don't know if you guys can hear how loud my goddamn phone is.
Nice.
Carried it.
Okay.
That's actually the funny thing is that like, whenever he gets a counter hit, going for a tick throw, it's like the worst. I hate getting counter hits. Another thing you can do, and a lot of people don't do this because they're not familiar enough with the range.
Round two.
Slaying Man does it, especially those ranges where the particular meaty setups where he has to move forward into it. But when he does activate V trigger raw in the neutral, pretty much guaranteed a jump in if it whiffs you on activation. You just hold up forward.
Okay.
You'll be able to get a jump in. Can't see that splash.
Ah,
That was
I'm staring at you.
cheap. cheeky.
Nice.
Muscle shuffle. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Final round. Fight.
Which actually works on Cammy. I don't think we talked about that, but her throw range, the range on the actual throw itself is not very good. It's just her walk speed and that her normals don't really give a lot of pushback. That's why her throws are so good.
Yeah, Cammy's throw range isn't obviously the best, but yeah, because of her walk speed, she can get within that range so fast it'll catch you off guard.
So that like when shimmying,
That's
Cammy,
not
it's
even
actually-
how. Sorry, that's not even how good back knee punch is. That's how bad Geef's splash
Yeah,
is.
the splash is very bad. That's a terrible hurt box.
Joe knows what that was.
I know exactly what that was.
Mm.
You goofed on inputs though.
I'm very surprised I missed.
Is that not light punch?
Yeah.
I mean, because really, I'm not in the neutral. If I'm just holding buttons against Cammy, I'm not really that afraid to take a throw.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't really
At
have,
mid screen, there's no reason to.
not mid screen. Yeah, there's no reason to take a
Round
Cammy.
one.
Yeah, form experience, like, who cares?
Uh-oh. Okay, I was like,
Jazz hands. I guess that's the range that like standing hard punch is useful, is that when she can no longer really walk backwards out of range. Oh, but there it is. You can get that crouching hard punch. There's the punish. I like that.
yep, all Cammy's hit it.
Combo. Uh-oh.
That's what I wanted to do before that.
How did that
I tried to EX drill out the other side because I knew you were going to have to hit it.
Okay, and let's see, from what I thought I saw a
Fight.
DP. I thought I saw an EXDP.
Oh,
I was like,
no, it was not EXDP. That was definitely drill. Yeah.
I was like, that beat EXDP? What the hell? Oh, man.
Yeah, because
I love that
charging
combo.
fierce.
I love that combo.
The charging fierce before the one he did, he whiffed it. I thought it was going to hit, so I didn't react properly. Oh, you just did it.
Yeah, that's me.
Respect that. Respect that.
I mean, you're gonna be -3.
Nah, he was plus on that one. I just did it.
Yeah, that's why I said I respect that.
Sometimes you just gotta hold it.
I did it to him. I did knee bullet, which was negative, and I just EXDP'd, so I was like, all right.
That's true.
Can't be mad about that. Turns get stolen.
Round one. Fight.
Oof.
Don't be cheeky, Slam, man. Ooh, meaty.
Oh my god.
I'm super darn.
You think I learned the first time? You think I would learn the first time? Nope.
The thing is, though, is that I built just enough meter for the super after you threw me, so.
Round two.
Yeah, it was something you would have had to like just have glanced over to in order to see it.
Oh. There it is. Nice.
Is that intentional?
No.
Nice.
Not yet? Not yet.
Very close. Okay. That was a doubly weird situation, but alright.
You win.
Focus less on talking and more on winning. Use a view reversal 10 times? Yeah, 300 fight money.
I didn't use V reversal that many times when I played. Oh no.
I'm not hitting enough buttons on Cammy.
I mean, like V reversal is kind of not
Round 1.
super.
Fight.
Is not super great against the type of pressure Cammy gives. A lot
Oh,
of the
yeah.
time. It fights so much. It's not. It's less likely to put V reversal in this matchup than matchups on some pressure. Nice. Crouching medium kick after the headbutt. Oh, got that shimmy too. Love that.
Ah,
Just
Tight. it's nice.
Round 2. Fight.
Symphony, there's a lot of pressure right now because you could be the first one to defeat Slam Man on his own trio.
Oh, thanks for saying that. Thanks for saying that. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Why are you doing this to me, Joe? Why are you doing this to me, Joe? Oh,
You're alive. Get that going for you.
Oh my gosh.
okay. I believe. I don't believe.
Yo, Joe's more surprised that I knew she was alive than actually like winning or anything.
You win.
Yeah. I was like, there's gray health on that too. I don't know.
Nah, I just know.
So close.
So close. Alright. I think that pretty much
Showtime.
covers the matchup. I really can't think of anything else to talk about.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna like make a compilation. I'll just make the best drinking game of like take a shot every time Joe says straightforward. And I think people will die. But I mean, I guess that's kind of Street Fighter 5, where it's like there's not like character specific stuff doesn't pop up as much. And even if it does, it's usually not like crucial to a matchup. When I say character specific, I mean like stuff like Cammy's view reversal.
Right,
Right.
being airborne. Yeah.
Yeah, being airborne. It's like stuff like that. Obviously, each character plays differently. Like that's what a matchup is. But I mean like crucial stuff that you have to like change the way you do things to actually like. Because like V reversal, you can do the same V reversal thing against everyone except Cammy, and it's like it's a random example. Although the example sucks because you can just flex OS it and it's not different. But you get my point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's
yeah,
fun. By the way, I think it's a fun matchup. I don't think we've talked about it, but I like this matchup. I think it's fun.
I actually don't mind fighting Cammy. If I get mauled in the corner, it sucks. Sucks for everyone. But like just playing against Cammy, I actually don't mind it whatsoever. It's an enjoyable game of Street Fighter.
It's fun until I get SPD'd, and then I'm like, oh god, what's gonna happen here? Oh, SPD'd again. Oh god, I should have known you jumping for it. What's gonna happen here?
I never get SPD. This matchup's awesome.
No, it's definitely fun. Like it tests, like if you want to test your your whiff punishing abilities,
Yeah.
I think Geef is probably like one of the
because
characters.
it tests like everything, because you have to have a little bit of everything to actually like do well in this matchup in particular.
Yep.
But before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say, Joe? Any shoutouts to whatever?
You can find me on Twitter at Super Joe Monday or on the sub at Joe_Monday.
It's Monday with a U, right?
Yes, MUNDAY.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find all the work with Geef Gym on the sub for free. Just check that stuff out. There's Geef and Cammy character supplement information out there, so that's widely available for all to see.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you're new to Street Fighter, it's like, oh, that's a cool bunch of information, but like, what does my character even do? It's like, well, you're kind of in the wrong place for one. You can take back a step and then go look at the character supplements.
All right, but you, Symphony, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at _Symphony. Also, you can find me streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Symphony. So,
Yeah, cool.
don't really have a schedule, but when I do stream, I try to stream at least 4 or 5 hours. That way, everybody can come in and catch the Cammy gameplay.
All right, cool. Well, that about wraps it up. All
Sounds
that
good.
stuff. I'll throw a lot of stuff in the description, so don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Take care to all YouTube people, and bye.